Hi, I'm Ed. I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. I did a couple of videos earlier about being an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and um, after thinking about it, I decided to just delete them, try not to do much negativity, and kind of tell you guys a little bit about me. So, basically, this is what it boils down to. I was born and raised Jehovah's Witness, taught to preach door to door at a very young age. Uh, Led up into my adulthood. Let's see. I was baptized as a Jehovah's Witness at the age of 19. It was July 11th, 1998, if I'm not mistaken. That was my baptism day. In Tacoma, Washington, at a Jehovah's Witness district convention. Um, Basically, growing up, I didn't really agree with shunning. That was one of the things that I had a really hard time with. I still have a hard time with it now, but now it's due to the fact that my family has decided that they have to shun me. So, um, I ended up losing a lot of friends, pretty much all of them, and a lot of family members. Um, and it's been a hard road, but I have people that are actually helping me to raise above it. I have family now. Um, they may not be blood family, but they're as close to blood as can possibly be without actually being blood family. At church, I have a father figure and a mother figure, and sometimes I refer to him as Pop, and while I refer to her as Mom because she's really cool. Um, but upon leaving the church, there was a lot of things that ended up transpiring. But basically, what happened was a whole lot of stuff just started to unfold, and I just began to have really a hard time with things, with the way that me and my wife were being treated by church members. Had a lot to do with it. And then when we tried to discuss it with church leaders, then we began to have more problems because it seemed like the church leaders did not want to even get involved, even though it was stuff that was happening at church. So consequently, we had a lot of issues. We began to back away from the church, um, and it never seemed to get any easier. I remember, I remember going in auxiliary pioneering and trying to make the best of everything and still feeling like an outcast in the church. Um, for those of you that don't know what an auxiliary pioneer is, well, it's basically missionary work in excess. The auxiliary pioneers were required to put in like 30, 35, 40 hours a month. I don't remember exactly how much it was when I was doing it. I think it was like 30 hours the last time I had done it. But basically, there was a lot of things that I ended up having a hard time um, with church members and stuff, and I began to back away from the church. Um, and they didn't search me out to try and see what the problem was. They just kind of let it go, and they let me go. And you know, but there was the problem still continued because of other things. I don't try not to, try not to back off them. But basically, what ended up happening at one night, I had had enough, and I prayed to God to help me. And basically, what He did is a few days later, He reached out and he took my hand and he helped me. Um, now you can look at it that way, or you can look at it like like I was tripped by somebody or whatever. I mean, that's totally whatever you want to do. But basically, what ended up happening was I had a 4-year-old kid on a school bus that I was actually driving. That 4 or 5 years old kid. I think she was 5. That kind of stressed the importance of some missionaries that were out preaching in the area, and consequently, it led me to remember some of the experiences I had had with their church many years ago, um, and I began to investigate the church. And now I'm a proud member. I'm a proud member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Um, I had a deep-seated hatred for the witnesses when I started to investigate the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't have hardly any respect for Jehovah's Witnesses, but the hatred has gone down quite a bit, because the church just has shown me a different light in regards to everything. And it's been really interesting. My mom, one of the things she told me is she said, I don't want to see or hear about you going and putting one of them flashy Mormon badges on and going and preaching door to door and dropping that Book of Mormon off at people, for people to read and stuff. I'm married, okay? Single men go out and do it at a young age. Married men go out and do it at an old age. And guess what? I'm right smack dab in the middle. So I got a few years to wait. Quite a few years to wait. But yeah, I plan on wearing a badge later on and preaching because there's just something about it. But nevertheless, of course, there was things that I ended up facing um, when I changed faith. I marked it on my Facebook, and my mom would call me up and she'd say, you lost a bunch of friends today. How many friends do you have to lose before you before you change your faith back? After a couple of days of her doing that, it kind of started to irritate me a little bit. So I started I started going to LDS group sites and sending out friend requests. And as fast as the Jehovah's Witnesses were dropping off of my Facebook, it was like double LDS for joining my Facebook as friends. Consequently, she stopped saying stuff about it because my friends list just peaked through the roof. Um, and I thought it was kind of funny. But anyway, I left the Jehovah's Witness organization, and I'm happy. I have a better sense of pride in myself and in my life. I don't go to church and go, that was kind of Jehovah's Witness thing. Oh man, it's nice to see you guys, kind of thing. And that's kind of how I felt when I was with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Man, I go to church and I'm like, brother, how you doing? It's the because they're just that's the atmosphere that I'm in. Yeah. There's ones that I just want to reach around and just grab and give a great big bear hug. Not something I really experienced that much with Jehovah's Witness faith. So, ex-Jehovah's Witness, proud to be a Latter-day Saint. So, from Grand Mountain, Oregon, I will chat with y'all later or do videos later. Ciao.